Our mission here at the show is very simple. That is to empower our community, the African American community, through financial literacy and real estate education. Guys, we are legacy building. Again, legacy building. Guys, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on SoundCloud, Exit Strategies, radio. Guys, watch our content, view it, listen to it. Most importantly, share it, guys. The message that we deliver here on this show, again, the message that we deliver here on the show may or may not be for you, but it may also be for someone else that you know. So please, please help us spread the word about what we're doing to help people within our community with their real estate needs, to empower folks. Guys, again, our mission is very simple. Again, very simple. To empower our community, the African American community, through financial literacy and real estate education. So let's get at it. Guys, they have left me loose in the booth again today. Yeah, it's just me. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about a couple of programs. We're going to kind of do some introductions into some other things and workshops and things that we have that are coming up. We're going to talk about the opportunities that exist for you currently in this real estate market. So we're going to cover all of that. So first and foremost, I want to kind of touch on some upcoming events that we have. Guys, first of all, thank you for those who came out last week for our credit workshop. My apologies, at our office. We had some good turnout. Some people got some very good and useful information. Thank you to our partner for that event, Jay Ingram over at Union Home Mortgage. So we're planning our next workshop. You can visit exitworkshops.com to register for this and any other workshop that we have coming up, guys. We are getting our Eventbrite page updated. So we're updating and putting them in order of dates. So next credit workshop, guys, has not been planned, but we're going to have that sometime during the month of March. We're making a commitment to be within our community, to be consistent with it. So we have that coming up here real soon. What I do want to kind of touch on, we have a few homebuyer workshops coming up. So we have a workshop coming up in the Nexton area on March 23rd. You guys stay tuned for that. We're going to be talking with New Homes Builder. We're going to have them on site or here in the studio with us, and we're going to be having a great time, guys, with them on this homebuyer workshop. So I'm very excited and looking forward to that. That's going to be March 23rd, starting at 10 a.m. So please stay tuned for additional details and where you can register for that workshops. We're going to have some great incentives, some great offers, and things of that nature. Guys, we have planned our workshop for the Hollywood area. So we're going to be down in Hollywood in April, on the 13th of April for that. And that's going to be, USDA area, so 100% financing. We're going to come out there and kind of work you guys through that process. That workshop, again, will start again at 10 a.m. Stay tuned. Obviously, listen to the show on where you can register, where you guys can get more information on that workshop as well. And then we are also looking at a date for April to be downtown. So guys, please stay tuned for that. We won't go into too much detail about that. We have not yet finalized the location and firmed up the date for that. But it's looking like it's going to be the end of April. So please, 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 please stay tuned, and moreover, be prepared for that. So I want to talk today. I want to talk to our heroes. We have within our community, guys, a number of, local heroes. And, guys, that's our school teachers, that's our firefighters, our police officers, EMS, other nurses, other healthcare workers, and most importantly, and obviously, our military members. We are a military town, having a naval base and an Air Force base here. So guys, we want to, we want to talk about a program that we have that's especially useful and helpful to those particular members of our community. So some time ago, I think we're approaching 2 years ago, guys, I crossed over into the realm of being a Home for Heroes affiliate here locally. Now, Home for Heroes is a very unique program. It was started um, quite some time ago, back, guys, after 9/11, by a real estate agent in the Midwest as a means and a ways to give back to our community. It's very interesting how the home buying process itself works. Obviously, it can be intimidating for the consumer. However, the Home for Heroes program set out to do a few things. One, to make the process easier and to assist those heroes, those people who sacrifice so much to give back to our community, to assist them and essentially reward them and say thank you. There's a saying within our organization or within this organization of service deserves its reward, and we want to make sure that we are saying thank you to those folks, and we do so by providing discounts and or rebates on our services. So as a real estate affiliate, that is what I do. So if you are a local hero, I definitely want to talk to you, tell you more about the program, but we'll kind of delve a little bit deeper into that as we kind of progress. But I want to make sure that we first, kind of draw this out. Again, if you are a local hero, if you are military, firefighter, EMS, we want to say thank you. We want to say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do within our community. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being our protection. Our trust, is in you. We also want to say, thank you for teaching us, for educating us, all those things and caring for us. I mean, that's, really what, all these people that serve as heroes within our community, that's really and truly what they do. They protect us, they care for us, they nurture us, they're there for us, and we want to say thank you. So the Home for Heroes program works very simple. As a real estate professional, I pay a referral fee that goes to the Home for Heroes company. There's a separate company. Now, this company has now a nonprofit component to it. So the referral that I send, they send small amount to the foundation. That foundation, guys, provides services for veterans, for to combat homelessness, to support organizations that obviously support our veterans. We know that many of them come home with with issues and things of that nature related to their service. How do we support those people? And the Home for Heroes Foundation works with various organizations across the country and also directly to help our veterans, to help them to avoid homelessness, to get them off the streets. Again, a number of different services there that it does. However, on the other side is this. The other side of that is for a local hero, they receive the balance of those funds as essentially a rebate if they're buying a property. So if you're purchasing a property, you're purchasing a property and you are a hero, then in turn you receive a rebate. Now, rebate equates to, or is 25% of the commission that I earn in the transaction. Now, granted, that doesn't cover or doesn't come from other, fees or what have you. However, of the commission that I earn in the transaction, that's where that money comes from. And it's really just a means to say thank you. I just had a local hero that received a check just shy of $1,600 on their transaction. Shout out to them. I won't call them by name, at least not this time. I've had heroes that have received checks of over $2,000 back from my transaction. And again, it's just a means and a way to say thank you. So for you heroes, again, we want to make sure that, that you're getting or have an idea of, the potential savings. Obviously, we love to assist, love to work with you. If so, then you can definitely reach out to us. And we're going to give you a website now where you can go and kind of see some more information. You also can use the calculator to determine, based upon your purchase price, a general idea of what the rebate may be. All right. So you can go to Exit Low Country Heroes. My apologies. ExitLowCountryHeroes.com. Again, exit EXIT Low Country LOWCOUNTRY Heroes HEROES.com, and that will take you directly to our platform where you can use the calculator to determine how much of a rebate you may receive in a transaction. If you are a seller, you actually receive that discount, not a rebate after closing, but you receive that discount at closing for that same amount of percentage. So you're able to save money in the process of selling your home. Again, if you're a local hero, we definitely want to hear from you, so that we can, be sure that, you're being well served. So you guys have the ability to save money in a real estate transaction. Now, while some may deem that to be, abnormal, that is very well possible. We have, some other programs and some other things that we could do to assist. So if you're a buyer, imagine this: if you're a hero buyer, you maybe, let's say that you decide to use, a USDA program or something of that nature for your transaction. You can save money in two places, and we'll talk back on that. So guys, I believe I just got the signal for the break. If you would, stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, so you want to make sure that you are paying attention. Guys, we want to make sure that you guys are getting the information on what you could do to make your transaction easier. Real estate transactions are not necessarily always black and white. They can involve a lot of color, a lot of, deviations and variations from what some may consider to be normal or what other people may be accustomed to. You have to understand that not every real estate transaction is going to be the same. So your situation obviously is going to be different. We talk about that very often on this show. Today, though, our focus is this program and other programs that are similar. So as we kind of pick up here shortly, we're going to kind of really focus on this. This is essentially a workforce type program. So it's a program designed to help people that are in our workforce. So how do those people, gain benefits otherwise in a transaction, rewards otherwise in a transaction? At the end of the day, my job and what I set out to do is to help people, period. The manner in which I help or assist people is tied primarily to home ownership. So those two things, this makes this an automatic good fit for what it is that I do. I want to help people. I want to help people with home or real estate transactions or otherwise real estate needs. Let me say it that way. Because sometimes it's not really a transaction. It's just answering some questions that helps them to understand what their options are, what things they can do, what they may or may not want to do. Does that make sense? So thank you so much for being tuned in. We definitely appreciate you. We always like to have fun with what we're doing here. So stay tuned. So let me ask you this. What's stopping you? Why haven't you? And we are back, guys. Exit Strategies Radio. I am your host, Colin J. Millette, broker and owner of Exit Realty Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina. Guys, if this is your first time listening to the show, you are most certainly in for a treat. Because our mission here is very simple. That is to empower our community, the African American community, through financial literacy and real estate education. Guys, we are legacy building. If you have not been listening to us previously, please make sure that you go back, view our content. You can find this on YouTube. You can also find us on SoundCloud, on Facebook. That is Exit Strategy Radio. So please make sure that you go back, listen, look for our content. Please share it. That's very important. Let's make sure that we're getting the word out to others and letting them know what it is that we are about. So please make sure that you do that. So guys, before the break, we're talking about one of the programs that I'm an affiliate with. That's the Home for Heroes program. And for those of you who may be familiar with the term, that's really a workforce housing type program. It's more or less an initiative to help those people that are in our workforce to, make a home purchase, per se more affordable, but also, more rewarding, if you will. Because owning a home in its own right, has its own rewards. So this is just an additional method or manner in order for us to do that. So, take a look, go visit our website. Again, that is Exit Strategies Radio, where you can find us and, listen to our content. But go to Exit Low Country Heroes for more information on this Home for Heroes program and how you or a member of your family, if you guys are heroes, can benefit. So again, for our school teachers, for our nurses, for our EMS, if you have questions as to whether or not you classify as a hero, feel free to reach out to me. I'll give you my mobile. I know that, my partner, my brother from another mother, always cringes when I do this, but you can give me a shout on my mobile, 843. That's 364-3095. Again, 843-364-3095. So, guys, please reach out to me. Would love to, share with you, talk with you more about the program. If you have interest, think that you may be a fit for it. Would love to share that content and that information with you directly. All right. So let's move on, guys, to, what you can do in conjunction with this program. So, a rebate is all great, but what happens, when, should, if, you're looking at this home purchase and, you're trying to maximize, if you will, the opportunity that exists therein. What does that look like? So another thing to consider is, okay, what's the financing going to look like? So imagine, if you're able to, pick up, make this home purchase with either minimum money down or with down payment assistance, and along the same lines, get a rebate. So this is when you're winning on all sides. You're winning because you haven't brought much or any money to the table, and then you're also getting a rebate back. So not that you're being paid to buy a house, but it kind of seems and feels that way, that you actually are maximizing, your purchase in that regards or respect. Imagine if you are a hero and you have a home to sell and you're maybe doing a move up. So you're going from, your first home and you're moving up. So you're getting a discount on the service, which allows you to save some money. In conjunction with that, you're making the next purchase. So you're receiving a rebate. And if you happen to be military or using another 100% program, again, now you have minimum or no money down into the transaction. In turn, you're receiving a rebate back. It's almost like, it's like hitting the lottery twice. And hitting the Powerball and the Mega Millions. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, you're in a state of euphoria. So, those are opportunities that exist, as well, for you guys to really take advantage of. So, just kind of think about that in the grand scheme of what it is you're looking at doing, and reach out and seek more information again on this program and feel free to ask about any others that may be of benefit, be of benefit to you. So, guys, let's talk a little bit more about, excuse me, the down payment type programs. So, we always have this conversation, and we have it very often, unfortunately, about how much money is needed for you to make a real estate purchase. And the answer, very directly, is that it varies. I've assisted people that have purchased a home, and, in the entire transaction, they didn't spend any more than, $1,500. Sometimes they've gotten some of that money back. I've also assisted people that have, spent obviously considerably more money than that in a real estate transaction. So it really varies. But if you are able to, through, the right loan program, the right house, obviously in the right overall situation, then you may be able to, make a transaction work with very little money out of pocket up front. And that doesn't mean that you don't need any money or shouldn't have any. So let's make sure that we do not get those two things crossed up. A real estate transaction, guys, is filled with a number of variables. I mean, we can all understand that there is nothing that is as consistent other than certain steps of the process, but the results and other things influence the results. So what happens is, as you're going through your scenario, your situation may dictate a different outcome or different result than someone else who's going through, because their situation may be different. And guys, you have to understand that. I've watched my agents, and I in turn have worked with a lot of consumers over the years, and we have varying conversations, but essentially they're all the same, with this similarity. The similarity is when a consumer, a buyer, states to an agent, well, my friend did this. Your friend may or may not have your same situation. They may not have the same job. They may not have the same income. They may not have the same family dynamic. They may not have the same credit, because I'm pretty sure that your friend and yourself did not do the exact same things in life. You may have missed a payment on something, they may have not, or vice versa. Whatever it is, their situation or scenario may not make a difference. And what I find, which is sometimes, and humorous is not the right word for it, but it's very ironic, that if your friend bought a house, you want to compare yourself to them. But if they didn't buy one, then you don't. If they weren't able to qualify to purchase, then that's not the friend that you're talking about, or not the scenario that you're giving. However, so we operate oftentimes from a point of envy versus not. And what I mean by that is this: when your friend has, or someone let's not limit it to just quote unquote a friend, but when you want to give a comparison, you want to give a comparison when it's a benefit to you, but not when it presents a situation or scenario where you have an opportunity to correct or improve. So your friend bought a 3,000 square foot house. Now you want to buy a 3,000 square foot house, but your other friend bought a 1,500 square foot house because that's what fit their family, and most importantly, that's what fit their budget. That's not the friend that you want to talk about. That's not the one that you want to emulate in that regards. And I'm not saying, guys, that we are right or we're wrong in this, but what I'm saying is we have to take it all in the context and all directness and all fairness. We have to look at the entire picture. If your budget fits a 3,000 square foot house, if your needs warrant a 3,000 square foot house, then that may be your opportunity. However, if your budget and needs don't match those, and or needs don't match that, then obviously there's going to be something that's going to be different in that respect, which means that you don't need that, which means that you shouldn't be pursuing it. Current market, unfortunately, is a very blunt teacher. Current market dictates that your opportunities for what you may desire may be outside of overall where your budget is. You have to take that into context. You have to. So, guys, look, we just got the signal for the second break. You're listening to Exit Strategies. We'll be right back. Second break. So, you have to understand that piece. We always come back to that because the fact of the fact of the matter is that consistently we run into this issue, or we run into this issue of there is always how do I want to say this? There is always a there is always this interpretation that we have of what it is that we can do, what it is that we want to do. I mean, there's so many variables. What we sometimes miss is what it is that we're really supposed to be doing, because we interpret something or wish for something to be versus what it actually is. So we keep coming back to this conversation because that is a struggle that I see more times than not within our community. I see more times than not where buyers don't make the transaction that they should make, or that possibly would be in their better interest, and in turn eventually find themselves having to make the transaction that they really didn't want to begin with. Not that we're settling. Looks like we're coming back. Works. And we're going. And we are back. Exit Strategies Radio. I am your host, Colin J. Millett, broker and owner of Exit Realty, Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina. Guys, we've had a interesting show. Very direct, very pointed conversation today. And guys, we have to look at this thing as I was, for those of you who catch us online and actually watch, if you will, the in-studio recording. Just a very direct conversation, guys, that we have to learn and look for the opportunity and work to take advantage of the opportunities as they present. I see so many times within our community that we fail to act, and then we are upset when someone else wins the prize. Slow and steady wins the race. However, obviously there are times when you may want to sprint. I'm reminded of this oftentimes within this industry and within the business that I do, the difference of those who act swiftly versus the difference of those who resist the action they need to take. So many times I watch buyers not make a transaction in a timely fashion, or don't pursue what's in their best interest because they desire more than what they can do. And in turn, they miss an opportunity and don't get anything done. I'm reminded of this oftentimes, guys. We don't have to take the big leap. We just need to take a step. Guys, you have been listening to Exit Strategies. It has been my honor to be here with you today, and it is my humble hope that you guys have a phenomenal week. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Guys, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching today. See you next time.